Good day, everyone. My name is Mr. Mhlongo BS. Welcome to my practical lesson of Natural Sciences 701. Today's lesson is based on grade 8, under the Strand, Matter and Material. The topic that I've chosen for this practical lesson is gases occupy space. The misconception that I'm going to address today is the misconception of learners that gases are nothing. So before I begin my lesson, I will define matter. Matter, it is anything that occupies space and has mass. Now, after explaining this definition of a matter, I would ask my learners to please identify anything that is a matter in the class. The learners will identify the chalkboards, they will identify the duster, they will identify the chalks, they will identify the windows, the chairs, the doors, the ceiling, the tiles, and anything that they can see with their naked eye. Then as a teacher, I will ask them, why didn't you not mention a gas as part of the matter? Then some learners will say that because gas is not a matter, it doesn't occupy space. Gas is just nothing. The reason why they are saying that is because they don't see gas with their naked eye. So I will tell them that gas is a matter, but we are going to use this practical lesson to demonstrate that gas is a matter. Before I demonstrate the lesson, I would like to explain to learners the properties of gas. So gas behaves differently in different temperatures. When gas is heated, it gains energy, and this energy is called kinetic energy. As it gains this energy, the particles of the gas, they begin to move very fast and they begin to occupy more space. So whatsoever container that they are in, it will expand. So when gas is being cooled, it will lose the kinetic energy, or it will lose the energy. And then as it loses energy, the gas particles begins to move slowly, they begins to cool down, and then they will shrink, not expand this time. So what materials are needed in this practical lesson? We need a balloon. The materials are a balloon, an empty bottle, and then 2 buckets of water, one with warm water and the other one with cold water. Here are my this is the balloon that I'm talking about. This is my empty bottle that I'm going to use for this demonstration. And then this is a bucket with warm water. And then this is a bucket with cold water. So I will begin the demonstration session by putting the opening of the balloon into the opening of the empty bottle. After that, I will take my empty bottle. This empty bottle, it has nothing inside but only the air particles or the gas particles. So I will put this one in such a way that I'm going to heat the particles inside here. So I'm putting it in my hot water, and as I'm putting it in the hot water, the particles, they begin to expand. As they expand, they move quickly. As they move quickly, they moved from here to here. As we can see now, my balloon is being inflated. Now this shows that the particles, they've gained energy and then they have expanded. Then now I will remove this and put it in the cold water. As I'm putting it in the cold water, I am actually removing the energy, and the gas starts to lose energy. As it starts to lose energy, the gas particles, they now move slowly downwards and occupy the space that was there before. So this practical lesson has demonstrated that indeed gas is a matter. It occupies space and it also has a mass. Now, the strategy that we can use to identify any misconception in the class or to teach this practical demonstration is that the first thing before any lesson, you must ask the learners some questions, and then After asking learners some questions, for an example, ask learners what do they understand about gas? What do they understand? What do they know about gas? After the learners gave you answers, identify the misconception from the learners' answers. After identifying the misconception, plan for a practical demonstration if necessary. And then in the practical demonstration, allow learners to participate in the lesson, in the practical demonstration. Use group work or inquiry-based. You can use group work and inquiry-based learning. Allow learners to observe, to predict, and discuss findings using scientific terminologies. Now, as I am coming to the end of my practical demonstration, the sources that I've used here, I've used a source called the CAPS document, which stands for Curriculum and Assessment Policy Statement. And then I also use some textbooks. The textbook that I use here is called Teaching Science for Senior FIS. I also used a natural sciences textbook that guided me through this lesson. In conclusion, this practical demonstration has demonstrated that indeed gas is a matter, it occupies space, and it has a mass. So learners were tried to be part of the lesson using the learner-centered method. If I was in the class, I was supposed to allow a learner through observation to do the practical. I was going to tell the learner, now it's time for you to put the balloon on top of the lid. Now insert the empty bottle to the hot water. Remove the hot water. Those are the instructions that I was going to give a learner's, but unfortunately in this lesson, we are not in a classroom environment. Ladies and gentlemen, if I was in class, I was going to ask questions, but I'm not in class. I've come to the end of my lesson, and thank you very much.